3D printing is growing, and what better way than to print food? Now, I'm going to just go out there and say this that not all food should be 3D printed. I'd be pretty sketched out by a 3D printed looking burger of sorts, but they did start with cheesecake. Now, this involves layers of graham cracker, peanut butter, Nutella, banana puree, strawberry jam, cherry drizzle, and frosting into one hopefully good tasting dessert here. As you can see, you can see the 3D printer lines as you would expect here. I am scared of the strawberry leaking out of places, the holes in the top. The 3D printing layers clearly don't necessarily always line up the best because this print job is interesting to say the least. This to me does not look appetizing. This looks like you squirted poop out your butt and this is what they're serving you. Now, it's a little more dressed up than that, but I don't know. 3D printing lines and food just don't look that great to me. These are all food grade like containers and it's edible. Like you can actually eat this. They did actually eat this. Uh yeah, it's weird. So each print is delicate and takes way harder than a normal 3D printer to do this. And you have to tweak each element individually during the print because of how just complex it is to print with food. It's hard to get things to stick together. That's why chocolate 3D printers are actually kind of cool because chocolate is one of the few things that will harden quickly from a high temp. And so you can actually print layers with it and they will like melt together perfectly like a 3D printer would. This type of food, however, is completely different and there's just so many more things to figure out when you have layers that are going to mush and fall and spill out or are liquid. Whew, you gotta get on there. Just so many more things are going on here. Now, printing in food has taught them a few things. You need to use firmer ingredients to build up structure elements like walls that can be filled with the softer ingredients. That's what we're seeing here with these three layers. If you're watching here, you can see like the 3D printed lines, and then you see like the base layer, you see like a mid layer, you see like they put the strawberry in the middle, then you see another third layer to kind of build up to the top of the cheesecake. Now, problem with doing said thing is now you have the soft inside. Soft inside, well, if you're printing on top of that, it's gonna sag. That makes your print worse. There's a lot going on here, especially with food, and in my opinion, still doesn't look that appetizing as they admit here. Now, they had to hand mash banana till it was just the right consistency. I mean, there's so much going on here. Here's what quote unquote a spool of filament for a food 3D printer looks like. These are kind of your three canisters here. It's cool. It's interesting. Again, I don't know with these. There's certain things that just won't be 3D printable. Like printing meat would be weird. Maybe with vegan meat you can do that, and that would be. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like if you were to vegan 3D print a steak out, it'd be cool. But I don't know if I'd eat it. Nonetheless, it's cool that they're doing this. It's weird that this is where they want to take 3D printing. I just don't see a long-term application for this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in 2 years, McDonald's will fire all their employees, and when you go order, it'll just 3D print your food and throw it at the window, and then you have your food.